NBA prize picks for Tuesday, December 17th. I'm Sniper from DFS Army, and we are going off in the Discord, up almost 5 units the last 3 days, up over 18 units the last 30 days, and 181 units in 2024. Make sure you sign up. Link down below, Sniper20 for 20% off. Get in on it for all the holiday action and to start next year off strong. Over to the prize picks board, we're going to go through the 4 plays that are on the board. We got 3 up top. They stuck 1 at the bottom. We're going to go through, try and restart our streak that did end yesterday at 4 in a row. Walker Kessler and the Jazz get blown out. He was looking fine. Bad first quarter. Blowout happens. Don't quite get there. But we will restart the action today. Still 4-1 in our last 5. Smash the like button if you did not already. I'll see you in the Discord. Promo links down below. I'll hit the intro and we'll go to work. All right, let's start off with Giannis Antetokounmpo, 30.5 points. All these picks are going to be, there's only one game tonight, NBA Cup Final, Milwaukee and OKC. 30.5 points. Head on over to the Proptimizer tool, let you compare prize, pick line, sportsbook odds, and our projection model. In addition to plays in the Discord, you get access to this tool. Make sure you go and check that out. Link down below as well. 30.5 points for Giannis. Leaning slightly towards the over here, but it's close because BetMGM actually has it at 29.5. They're down under. FanDuel leans towards the over on 30.5. DraftKings leans towards the under. ESPN bet, little, most aggressive of all the lines, -125 on the over, 30.5. Giannis has been over in 4 straight games, over in 8 of the last 10. Our projection model, though, unfortunately, is just a little bit under. I say unfortunately because I like when all of our plays, obviously, or all of our data points line up. It's been over in 8 of the last 10, but our projection model is showing under here. We'll head on over to #basketball, free DVP site. Shout out to them. Love the data. We go to the power forward position, and you can see OKC is the #1 defensive team against the power forward position. Against Giannis, though, that's, Giannis is still Giannis. Dealing with an injury, he's going to play. Got knee tendonitis, I believe. Look, I'm going to go with the projection and the tough matchup here. The odds do slightly point towards the over. The form is scary to take a less than. I'm going to go kind of against the grain here. I would take Giannis less than 30.5 points, but probably not one I'm going to lock in. Let's see if we get a better matchup for the points. And Damian Lillard, 23.5 points. Head on over. Head on over to Proptimizer here. Find the points line. Over 23.5 points is getting, actually, scroll back up. Under 23.5 points. Because both BetMGM and ESPN Bet have the line at 22.5. Prize picks it at 23.5, so the odds value would indicate under. Form, though, he's been over this number in 9 of the last 10, and our projection model is also on the other side. So we're going back and forth with the data points again, 22.43. In terms of the matchup, we'll go to the point guard position. OKC, again, they're good defensively, 3rd fewest points per game. You would think the points have to come from somewhere. I have to go less than here against the form, though, because you got a tough matchup. Projection under, odds are under. I really don't have much in terms of reasons to take the over for Dame Lillard. Even though I'm taking less on Giannis as well, I'm more likely to take the Dame under. Let's take a look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 32.5 points. See if we can get something to line up here, something we feel a little bit better about. But it's another under, 32.5 points. The odds value, all of these books shading slightly towards the under. But our projection model is also at 30.91, also under. Form is in our favor here, too. He's been under in 4 of the last 5, 6 of the last 10 as well. Projection model agrees with the under at 30.91, so we're looking a little better there. Milwaukee, though, is not as tough of a matchup for Shai as OKC is for Milwaukee. I think it's towards the middle of the pack. Oh, no. You know what? I think I had that. There we go. Milwaukee gives up the 2nd most points per game to the point guard position. So again, I think to be going against the slight odds value pretty much everywhere here, though. It's a good matchup. It's going to be, I think he's going to be on the court more for the NBA Cup final. Even though the projection odds point under, the matchup is too good. The form is under. I just think he's going to have the ball in his hands a ton. Odds value play for me, I would lean towards the more. And that's probably not going to be a popular opinion, but I would lean towards the more of 32.5 points here, kind of going against the grain. So let's see if we can get something to line up here. I am Mr. Contrarian today on a 4-1 run. Let's take a look at Bobby Portis, 20.5 PRA. Big man PRA, can we get a kind of mini revenge tour here? Pull up Bobby Portis. Points, rebounds, and assists. We are on the more here in terms of odds value. Minus 125 over at ESPN Bet. Pick them pretty much everywhere else. A little bit of lean towards the over on FanDuel as well. He's been over in 4 straight games. 21 against Atlanta. Went off against Orlando. Been over 6 of the last 10. Our projection model has it over 22.3. So finally everything lining up a little bit. Let's see. I checked the 4 and the 5 for Bobby Portis. It kind of depends. You know, it's behind Giannis, Brook Lopez. Probably more likely to check the 5 here. But we'll take a glance at both of these numbers here. We need the OKC matchup. OKC, tough defense all around. If you're on Moores here, they give up the 3rd fewest points per game to the center position, but they do give up the 4th most rebounds per game, and that's where we get some of the peripheral added here, and the 4th most assists per game to the center position. So I like both of those. If we're going to check everywhere, just in terms of the 4, in case you think that's where Bobby Portis more lines up. I think he's more at the 5 though. Decent numbers, middle of the pack for rebounds and assists. But again, I think the 5 is more likely here. That's they give up tons of rebounds and assists to the center position. So this is the one where everything kind of lines up a little bit more in terms of Bobby Portis on the more for PRA with the form and projection and a decent matchup. Let's go through. Let's recap all of our plays here. Pick a favorite, trying to restart our streak. You want more picks and plays, link down below. See you in the Discord. Get in on some of this winning on the tracker. Least confident play, even though I picked it, Giannis on an under in a big spot will always probably be a least confident play. 30.5 PRA. I think my third place play would be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, more than 32.5 points. It's a big number. I think he's going to have the ball a lot, and the metrics don't really agree, but I would go on the more here. Second place play, Dame Lillard, less than 23.5 points. Really tough matchup. And where I'm going to land on, Bobby Portis, Big Man Revenge Tour, more than 20.5 PRA. That's the play we got for today. You got all your promo codes down below that hopefully you've taken a look at. But for now, here's a daily reminder that whether or not you are a DFS Army member, you probably should be. But either way, good luck in those contests. Let's cash this ticket, and I'll see you next time.